Married couples reacts. He say, she say. And at the end, drop in the comments, what do you say?
One time I let this guy take me out to dinner, and after we ordered our food, I go to check my phone. I'm on my phone for like 30 seconds. He got up and left. He didn't even say anything either. He just quietly got up and left.
Yo.
What is happening?
I don't know. Yo.
Why is he laughing like that?
Here's the funny thing. The funny thing is, I was struggling to figure out what was so funny as a man. And y'all drop in the comments, what I might be missing. What we may
it went
be,
over
what
my head.
But I'm hearing a guy invites a woman out to dinner.
She agrees.
She agrees to go with him. They sit down. They order. She goes on her phone for whatever amount of time. She says only less than 30 seconds. That's fine. Whatever. I'm sure he might say something different. Yeah. And while she's doing that, he sneaks away and disappears in his ghosts and just leaves her there. And I think the caption that was at the bottom of this video when I downloaded was, men aren't going for it anymore.
Going for what?
And that's kind of where I was stuck too, because I'm like, time out. If there's anything wrong with this situation, it's the man. Yeah. According to her side of the story, they didn't eat yet. Yeah. So maybe to him, the issue might have been, oh, she's trying to order the most expensive thing.
Well, we can't.
So
she doesn't give the information.
We don't have the information. So I'm trying to figure out what's so funny. So how can you laugh if you don't know what it is?
Everything else is an assumption.
So I think the laugh is for the assumption that, okay, she did something where she was trying to trap the man, and so he trapped her.
Wait, what was the trap?
You think I was just going to go out and just pay for whatever? Haha, joke's on you. You're left with the bill. Or you'll say something like that.
Well, that part I wouldn't understand, because the only thing I can see that would be wrong, clearly he invited her out. She agrees. And then they order. And then she's on her phone. And she's like, well, I'm only on my phone for 30 seconds. The only thing that she could probably think of was it that I'm on my phone.
So that might be one of the clues.
So there's clues. We can all assume different things. And I think we can't really interject anymore, because she didn't give any other information other than those things. But then he gets up and he leaves without explaining anything. Yeah. At any point, a man or a woman could decide, something is off with this date.
You can bounce.
You can leave. Absolutely. Yeah. Women, you can do that. Men, you can do that. Yeah. However, for a man who I would expect to take leadership or to lead in a certain way, if there's an error on her part, even if he chooses not to continue, it's weird to just get off and walk away with passive aggression. Yeah.
That's my only issue. That's weird. To me, that's the funny part of the video. Let's break it down with what could have been wrong.
Are you afraid of conflict, that you're saying, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
This is not going to work for me. Whatever it is, and then tell her what it is and say, you know what, I changed my mind.
Man, if you actually find this funny, that this woman was left there, okay, I get it, right? Oh yeah, she ain't going to get over, and women always try to, I get that.
I don't.
Okay? No, I get where where men might feel that way.
Okay?
Because, men for many years have, put themselves out, and then they take women out, and they feel like women use and abuse that. I get that.
That's
part.
Another conversation.
No. But
I'll let them have it. That's not my story. That's not my story. So I'm going to accept that.
Accept that as truth that happened. But here's where the issue lies. I don't want to insult any man, but if you are a man of character, of good character. Let's say she ordered something too expensive on the menu, and you feel offended that she would order that, and you were like, okay, I'm not paying for that. She's out of her mind. I want to leave. Then be man enough to then say, hey, what would make you order that? And have the conversation. The worst part of the whole thing is there's a grown man. I'm going to sneak away. That's kind of childish.
I'm sorry. I think she dodged a bullet.
It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? And so I think men need to
passive aggressive.
Men need to do a better job.
A teenager?
And I think there's so much stuff on the internet where men are promoting this manhood thing. Men are taking the control, but it's like
childish.
There's a way to take control.
Take lead.
That doesn't run away from conflict. That doesn't have to be aggressive, and just deal with things directly. And you can be right, but have the courage to say something.
If you you're out and you realize, okay, something is really off here. I'm not really interested.
Yeah. Confront it.
It says a lot about your character to just get up and sneak away without saying anything or confronting that. And so, especially if she's unaware of something. And so if you're no longer interested, I think you can still at least make her aware.
Yeah.
If you know that your funds are limited, then say that, hey, I just want to go out with you. I just want to get to know you. They don't even take her to dinner and do ice cream or something really light where you don't really feel like that would even be an instance.
If it's
or just go say, hey, we're going to just share our meal because I just want to get to know you. Or if it was something on the phone or whatever, just say, hey, because that's happened with us before where you're like, hey, can you just put your phone down for a second? Let's just kind of talk. Because sometimes you're not aware. It's like, oh, my bad. I apologize. Like, just give an opportunity.
Or if it's a money issue, or she ordered the most expensive thing on the menu, then if there's a potential for you to be offended by that, you're taking somebody out and you're afraid to confront that, then pick a restaurant where the highest thing on the menu is something that you don't mind her getting.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, there's so many different ways where he can be a leader in this situation.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Men should be leaders.
Be a leader.
How is the leader sneaking away?
Yeah.
That's like, oh, we got to battle, and it's like, oh man, hold on, they got real guns. Okay, let me sneak away from the front line of the war. It's like, no, that's not. And this is a thing I believe that came from the manosphere. Yeah. Like, what kind of representation of manhood is that? I'm not trying to be insulting. Drop in the comments whatever you might think it is, but I just think that this is, and I don't mean this to be insulting, but the act is an act of fear and cowardice, and not
it's childish,
and not leadership and integrity. Like,
I think the word that I love that you said is leadership.
Yeah.
And I think
be a leader.
I think that those are legitimate concerns that they're having, but take leadership in the situation, because a lot of what's happening in the world, especially with women, are lack of male leadership.
Yeah. And the leadership doesn't start when the thing happens. If you know that this has been a pattern, and you're like, hey, I'm done with this, and if she does this, I'm out. Like, then have the conversation before you go to the restaurant. Be like, hey, I've been having a lot of bad experiences with when taking women out. So I just want to get to know you without any of that involved. So let's go Dutch, right? You pay for your meal, I pay for my meal. Okay, and let's just agree to do that. I'm not trying to be cheap. If we establish that, hey, I want to go forward with you, I don't mind taking you out, whining and dining you, none of that stuff, and just
have a
I don't know how else to say this, but be a man about it.
And here's the thing, and if she's not with that, then you dodged a bullet. That's not the lady for you, sir. And that's okay. Just be upfront with what you're looking for and what you want. And I felt like on our first date, you were very clear about what you were looking for and what you wanted. And I loved that. I was like, oh man, that's sexy.
but not only that, but then it gives the person to choose and decide, hey, that's not what I want. Let me go do something else.
Yeah.
Or
yes, I'm down.
I'm not sure if I want that, but I'm not against it. So let's try it out. Or it could be like, that's what I want too. And then now and
that's leadership.
That's leadership.
I want to see men do.
And
I want to see men take the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think men need to do a better job of really being leaders and model, like, hey, what does a healthy conversation look like? Because here's the thing, you'll get in a relationship and then your whole relationship will be filled with games, mind games. Like, that's a mind game. Why do you sneak away?
You can do that with your wife, your kids.
And what, you and all your dudes sit down and laugh? Kind of looks funny that you would sneak away from a woman.
Yeah. She walked away not knowing what she did. At least give her that.
Yeah, give her the information. And if she chooses to do something different, then
that's on her.
But at least she knows, like, hey, I don't feel like that's acceptable. And just find a way to lead, in the situation. Drop in the comments. What do y'all think? Maybe,
I didn't think it was funny.
Maybe, but don't just say anything. Don't just try to echo anything.
Really think about it.
Try to make sense of what we're saying. And what do you think about what we're saying? What are some other ways that he could have led in the situation? Or help us to understand why a man would sneak away from a woman when she's not looking. Like, maybe we just don't get it.
Here's the thing. The video didn't give too much content. So I don't think we could read too much into it other than what happened. And it seems as they agreed to go on a date. He just left without saying anything. Yeah. Like, just weird.
Men, unacceptable.
Come on. Fellas, let's do this. Y'all can do this.